Welcome. Today you will explore various points of interest around the Booker T. Washington High School campus, the first and largest public high school built for African Americans southeast of the Mississippi. You will learn about Washington High's iconic role in the African American community. It is a proud and rich history, having a presence in the Washington Park community since 1924. It was in September of 1924 when the school was constructed during Atlanta's major school building program. It consists of a four-story building of reinforced concrete with brick veneer walls built in a medieval eclectic style. The elaborate main entrance contains five arches in two tiers using terracotta and Venetian style. Some original roof tiles remain, as do original doors' high ceilings. Its status as a beacon in history was solidified when it was named to the National Register of Historic Places in 1986. It was and still is an iconic structure, an important cultural institution in the immediate community, educating scores of generations of African Americans during an era when there were no such institutions for blacks. The school has produced the best and the brightest, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights leader, Romay T. Powell, judge, Dr. Asa Yancey, surgeon, Lena Horne, singer, among many others. By 1925 or around that time, a monument of Booker T. Washington in bronze and marble graced the campus. The statue at the front of the building stands as a symbol to freedom, hard work, and education, principles that Booker T. Washington himself taught and lived by. The monument depicts Washington lifting the veil of ignorance off his people, symbolized by a terrified slave, by showing them the ways of a better life. The slave crouches on a plow and anvil, representing tools of agriculture and industry, the fields in which Washington chose to educate his people. The slave holds a book that represents that education. This heroic sculpture, crafted by architect Charles Keck, is the only exact replica of the original sculpture that stands on Tuskegee University's campus. It was erected 5 years after the one on Tuskegee's campus. Principal Charles Harper led the ceremonial groundbreaking for the Washington High School statue, pictured far left. There are four inscriptions, one on each side. He lifted the veil of ignorance from his people and pointed the way to progress through education and industry. We shall prosper in proportion as we learn to dignify and glorify labor and put brains and skill into the common occupations of life. I will let no man drag me down so low as to make me hate him. There is no defense or security for any of us except in the highest intelligence and development of all. This monument is erected by the teachers and students of the Booker T. Washington Junior and Senior High School and white and colored citizens of Atlanta as a living tribute to the memory of a great educator, patriot, and advocate of interracial justice. The BTW statue and the front of the building in general was, and still is, the focal point of ceremonies, traditions, and special events taking place at the school.